Welcome, everyone, to the Get Fit With Me, expanding your physical and mental fitness group. This group is for individuals who are ready to expand both their physical and mental fitness while helping and supporting others with similar goals all along the way. So this group is different for many, many reasons. One of the ones is we get to do stuff like today. I get to go on a move and learn with you guys, show you the nice sunshine state that I'm in, and we get to talk and move together. So normally in the past, all last year, we were doing movement workshops and you guys had great feedback on it. And I had a suggestion from one of you in the group that said, well, what if you actually use some of the equipment in the house and you guys moved like on your lunch break together? So I took that suggestion, and because I'm a fair weather fan, I do not do winter, I don't do Michigan winters very well. I don't like bundling up. I figured this would be a great opportunity to test this out and see how you guys liked it. So the point of today is for you to either listen to me. If you are here live with me, happy to have you here. If you are watching this replay, drop a replay in the comments and let me know that you are listening. You are going to maybe listen as if I'm a podcast and we're having conversation, or you may be just watching and listening all at the same time. So you can look from 2 points of views. When we are doing today's, I want you guys to either lace up those shoes and get outside. Hello, Karen. Thank you for being here. I think your audio is still connecting. There you are.
Hi.
Are you walking inside or outside today?
I am going to walk outside. I was going to do inside, and then I couldn't get my treadmill plugged in yet. So
yes, I was just telling them how I am a fair weather person. So I thought I would try this training when I was in the beautiful sunshine state instead of cold Drury, Michigan.
So yes, so forgive me because I am just getting dressed. But
you are all good. So I was in the process of telling people why I tried this out. It was a suggestion from somebody in the group that wanted to use the pieces of equipment and wanted some accountability of working out together in their lunch hour. So now that we have a lunch hour call, and now that I'm in a beautiful state, I'm going to test this and see how you guys enjoy it. So give me feedback. Did you enjoy this half hour of just walking or biking or rowing or doing the elliptical, whatever you decided to do? And I'm going to be talking about the importance of moving and how moving doesn't have to look the same for all of us, because we are not the same. We all enjoy something a little bit differently.
Yes, we do.
So, Karen,
Hi.
Why did you jump on the call today?
Because I am making a commitment to do what I say, follow through with what I do or what I say. And even when it's not convenient or I want to make all kinds of excuses of why I can't do it. So here I am.
I'm proud of you for jumping on and staying to your commitment.
Thank you.
When were you planning to do a walk today? Was that even on the agenda? Or kind of how did this time work out for you?
Actually, this time works out good because I spend all morning at the computer. And so it forced me to get up and move instead of usually at lunch. I love to read. So it's like I'm at my desk and then I go to the table and I read. So, kind of defeating the purpose.
Do you enjoy audiobooks? Do you ever listen to audiobooks if you were to do something like this outside or on a treadmill? Or
I say that I'm not an audiobook fan, but I've never tried them because I'm always like, well, I'm a traditionalist on books. Like I love books. So I guess I've never tried them.
So Tanya's in our group and she has mentioned to me that the only time that she listens or the only time she listens to her book or her podcast is when she's on the treadmill or when she's in the car. So it's that little incentive to have like, oh, I get to listen to that next story, or I get to listen to that next part by saying I'm only going to do it when I'm walking, or I'm only going to do it when I'm in the car driving to a client type of thing.
Okay.
I used to do that with a podcast that I loved. And I found myself wanting to get in the car and drive around for no reason because I just wanted to know what happened next on the podcast.
I find with podcasts though, I like to take notes, especially like the business ones.
Yeah.
And so then I'm kind of like, okay, I'm still tied to pen and paper. But
Hello, Millie. Happy to have you here.
Should I get on my shoes and go for a walk with you? Is that what we're doing?
hi, Millie.
Yes.
I
Put your shoes on and come walk with us.
I was on the phone with a client and I just got off, but I'm happy to do that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
please come walk because I'm getting out of breath going uphill and trying to talk.
okay, I'm gonna have to put my shoes on and just give me a couple minutes. Talk amongst yourselves and I'll be right back.
Sounds perfect. So Karen, I'll give you a little break here. So the nice thing about fitness, like I said, we're going to walk and talk about fitness and exercise. The nice part about exercise and fitness is there are so many different ways to classify it as exercise, to classify it as fitness, that we can choose things that are unique to us. So for some, it may be swimming, cardio, such as bike, elliptical rowers, walking outside, running, jogging. Kind of those are like the standards. But other things that count are going on hikes, gardening. Gardening's a lot of work by the time you use proper form to go up and down. Maybe it's chores for the cows or the horses. Maybe it's taking a beach walk. There's all these things in life that we do that we don't classify as exercise because they don't fit into that little conformed box. But that doesn't mean they don't count. So when you think about what types of things do you enjoy doing that you could be like, oh, if I did that for just 5 minutes longer, I could really get my heart rate up. I could feel that my body is working. Those are things right there that would count as exercise. Sometimes if you have lots of loads of laundry and you're going up and down the stairs 14 times, that can count as a little exercise burst.
So along those lines, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go
I just have
ahead, Karen. Go for it.
Well, I have a question for you at some point. So I know a lot of people not a lot of women that have farms and they work like really hard, but they also come in and say, I've got to exercise. And in my mind, I'm like, but that's what you're doing all day. Like, but they said, oh no, it's not targeted on the right spots of my body. So what's your thought on that?
Okay, so I love that because for two reasons. So if you are a farmer and you are farming all day long, that is your job. So that's like my job of being a trainer and I am walking with people. I don't consider that exercise because it is something that is a normal consistency thing for me. But if every other week every other day you and your husband trade off on who's doing all the cattle chores, that counts as exercise because it's not something you are consistently doing every single day.
Oh, okay.
And you also have to think that when you are, so let's say you're carrying buckets of grain or water and you're probably walking with your shoulders, you're just trying not to get it splashed on you because you don't want to get cold water on you in the winter. The thing is, what we can do is we can pull back into the house where it's a little bit warmer and we can do targeted exercises to help strengthen our muscles and to provide some stability in some of our joints so that when we go and we move those buckets of water, we have the strength to do it correctly. Because a lot of times when we get started, I even know growing up with horses, I was not moving buckets of water correctly. I was slouching. I was walking all funny. Like, it's what happens. But if we can transition by just practicing one or two exercises back at home to get that proper form, you're going to get more effect when you're actually out doing it as well.
Right. Okay.
Millie, where are you at in Florida? I forget.
Venice.
Okay, I'm in Punta Gorda, so that's
Oh,
I've been
really close. You're like, yeah, that's the airport, everybody. I was going to say, where are you now, Morgan? um, it's, yeah, that's the airport the kids fly into.
nice. We
Um,
flew into Fort Myers and drove up last night, and it is like 75 and beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
It is. Karen,
Here
It-
too.
you
Here too.
are roughing it, and I love it.
Well, normally I would be roughing it outside. In 2 weeks, I will be because, yeah, we'll be back. So
So, Millie, what types of things are not normally would not normally fall into that box of working out that you could consider working out for you? So examples I gave were like walking on the beach, gardening, doing a lot of laundry in one time to get that heart rate up. What types of non-traditional types of things come to mind for
Well-
you when I say that?
well, whenever we're home and I have to rake leaves or shovel snow, I put my fitness tracker on because I know my heart rate is going up when I'm doing it. And I can rake leaves for probably 3 or 4 hours or even longer because we have so many trees. Shoveling snow isn't as bad, but because a lot of times I use the blower, but still I'm putting some energy into it.
Those are both awesome examples that I even forget about. Shoveling snow
Yeah.
is work, especially when you do it the correct way, when you have the correct form of using the right muscles. Same
Right.
goes for when we rake leaves. So I want you guys to kind of keep that in mind when we're done with today's call and start to pick up on what are those normal things or what are those things you do in your day that you're like, oh, my heart rate's getting up here. This is I could consider this a little mini workout for the day. For those days when we don't get the structured 30 minutes into walk or 30 minutes into lift weights.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm always looking at that when I'm doing stuff. In fact, when I closed the door, my husband said, when you come back, and this is terrible, but honestly, this is where we're at in our life. We actually have somebody come and clean our house. And now that we've been here, we haven't had the house cleaned. He's like, we're cleaning today. And I'm like, okay. But the kids are coming tomorrow. So we're excited, and we just gotta, not that it's that dirty, but I might use my fitness tracker again.
Do it. Moving the vacuum
Yeah.
up and down, getting down to squat down to pick up all the stuff that you're sweeping, dusting the baseboards. The thing
Yeah.
to remember about these daily activities or these once a week activities we do is keeping in mind the proper form. So it's really easy to bend at the waist, bend completely over and grab something, but your core is not activated, your glutes aren't being activated, your hamstrings, your quads. So that's where most likely I hear back injuries will happen because of these daily activities. Whereas if we just took a few extra seconds and made it more specific to our muscles, we'd be able to get a little bit of a workout out of it as well, and not just, oh, I'm bending over to pick up a piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to squat down and pick up that piece of paper. That adds up by the end of the day. That right there could be, depending on how graceful you are, that could be one squat, or that could be 40 squats.
Well, I've been a lot more conscious with adding more in because of the little mini workouts. You know, I'll find sometimes when you just talked about squats that I'll just be doing chair squats.
Yes.
Because I've learned that through you. And it's like, well, I haven't, but honestly, since I've been here, I'm getting mega. Like, I wish you were connected to my Fitness Pal because you'd see all the exercise I'm doing, but I'm working on that. Because I'm going to miss it. I'm going to have to look at the alternative ways when I get back. And both my husband and I said we're joining the gym when we get back. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. because he's not really one to go all the time. But
And having that accountability of your husband, having the accountability of an accountability partner, having the accountability of each other. Like right here, me jumping on the call today, I didn't know if anybody was actually going to click the link and walk with me, but I was still going to show up in case somebody showed up. Because I
Right.
am here to make sure that you guys have somebody during these 30 minutes, because it could so easily, especially Karen, you're in the cold, to be a lot harder. It'd be a lot easier for you to probably turn around and walk back when it's cold.
yeah,
I'm cold. I'm gonna go home after 10 minutes.
right.
I find
Karen,
it's a little
how
bit
cold is
easier
it?
when the weather's beautiful.
Yeah. How cold is it there, Karen?
Oh, it's like a heat wave today. It's almost 40.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
I'm like almost sweating. I'm sweating and all of this stuff. I'm sweating.
Yeah. Well, and the sun is shining, which is nice.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but where are you? You're not in Michigan, right?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well, that's I'm glad to be on this journey with you.
Me too. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I was telling Morgan that if I had it, like I gotta shed some layers. I'm hot.
Do it.
It was just it's nice to know that somebody's gonna be there and show up. Like I was thinking, oh man, I could just say I'm busy at work, which I was busy this morning, but what's a half an hour?
Right.
What's a half an hour?
And you know what? You'll feel so much better that you left your desk, because I was busy. And I had done my workout and went and rode my bike already this morning. And I was telling my husband, 18 people I saw at 9:15 on my way to exercise, walking or riding their bikes. 18.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And this is a big area. And
Yeah.
and I rode almost 2 miles. That's a lot of people
Yeah, that
out
is.
and about doing this. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And it's really cool. Like, so I live on a farm and my parents are here and my aunt is here, my brother's here. That's fine, but I still feel very isolated when I'm working. And so it's nice to be like, oh, I walked with the girls today at lunch.
This, and what's fun about this, Morgan, is that I do this type of thing with my sister. She lives in Chicago area, or my friend who's in Arizona. We'll just go walking. I said, let's go walking on Monday morning. And sometimes I'm in that 30-degree or minus 10 and we're walking, but I try to do this kind of thing too. And I love that we're doing it together. When I saw you guys outside, I'm like, oh, I got to get my shoes on.
Karen, I love that you said that. You could have easily have said, I am busy and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I love that for two reasons. One being, I'm proud of you for pushing past that excuse, that superficial excuse, and coming out here. And number two is, if Jamie or my mom is watching, they're probably going to have a heart attack, but I'm reading a book. And I'm actually enjoying it.
Yay. Yay.
And they're talking about, I learned this concept years ago about the importance of keeping your word and your integrity to others, but more importantly, yourself. So when you say, I'm going to do this, and you don't follow through on it, you're breaking that promise to yourself. You're not keeping your word, and not being able to keep your word is the highest level of integrity that you can hold. And as soon as you break that for yourself, it's so hard to keep that with others.
Yes, I agree. And it seems like a small, insignificant thing, but I know it weighs on your subconscious, even when you're not outwardly saying, oh, I broke a promise to myself. It does. It weighs on you.
Yeah. Well, because you are the only one who can hold your own self accountable. I mean, there are others, you go to the gym with or walk with, but yeah, I hear you on that. I've felt that somewhat guilt, and yeah, you have to be honest with yourself, and only you know that you weren't.
And then you're actually saying work is more important than my own health, which
Right.
is not, if you asked me that question, I would say, oh, absolutely not. But my actions are saying yes.
Oh, I bet. I'm sorry to interrupt, but these guys just got out of their truck, so I know there's going to be a big alligator over here. I'm going to go over there
Oh,
to show you,
wow. Yeah,
because
do
they're
it.
taking pictures.
Do it.
Anyways, yeah. That's what's crazy, and I love that about here, is to see these creatures come out of the water. How many years old are they? You know, it's weird, but I don't know where. Oh, okay, I see him. He's big.
Ooh, I'm ready for him.
He's across this pond. Let me turn it around.
We all get
let
really
me
close
see.
to the camera.
I know. I'm like,
Wait, how do I do that? How do I turn it? He is
It should be
big.
in the top left. There's like the little speaker button, and then there's a little camera
there
that
it
has
is.
the
Okay.
rotating arrows.
Okay, he's across the pond. You see him?
I think my screen is a little too
small.
Yeah.
Anyways,
too.
this guy, he's
because it's
probably, yeah, he's probably 7 or 8 feet. This one, they've been telling us, is one of the largest here. So it's pretty cool. And it is hard to see. It's along the water's edge, and it probably will just appear as a black spot to you. But yeah, the pictures are small. I want to zoom, but I can't. I want to zoom the picture, but I can't. I'm going to see if I can take a picture while I'm on this call. Can you still hear me?
I
Yep.
can still hear you.
Because I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Okay.
And you can share it, Morgan.
Perfect. I will definitely
Anyway.
do that.
And now that you're in Punta Gorda, I'm sure you'll see some. One of the beaches you need to get to. Are you there with your parents?
We're here with my dad and his girlfriend and my boyfriend, and we have some friends coming down later tonight.
Okay. Ask your dad if he's ever been to Gasparilla Island.
Gasparilla Island. Okay.
It's where the Bushes vacation.
Ooh.
And it's super fancy and it's beautiful. The beaches are amazing, and the shells. You just literally bring a gallon-sized baggie, you'll fill it up within 5 minutes, full of giant shells.
Nice.
So,
I know. Our hope is to head to the beach, hopefully tomorrow or Saturday while we're still here.
yeah, good. Enjoy it. How long are you there for?
We are here until Sunday morning. I think our flight's at 6 a.m. So
Okay.
3 full days.
Yeah.
Loving to being with you guys, and just it's a different type of learning and training today. I didn't have anything scripted like when I'm at home, but that was the point. I wanted us to just come and have conversation with each other, because sometimes maybe that's all we need.
Yeah.
We need that conversation during our day that doesn't have to be informational.
Yes.
That's good.
And I can say that I saw a crocodile or an alligator as I was walking today.
Yeah, today. Who could say
Yeah.
that? Nobody in Maryland.
Nobody.
Probably.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I think Mike's gonna look at you a little funny and be like, "What?"
He might be like, okay, you and your Zoom world.
Right. That's good.
So we have about 6 minutes left. Just so you guys know, I am going to keep this to 30 minutes because I respect your time, and I really value that you guys have taken time to jump on in the middle of your day during lunchtime when things are crazy, and I value that you have valued yourself and put yourself forward. So before we get off, I always like to end with, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you enjoy about this call? And what would you like for next time that you think would be like, oh, that would make it really cool? What types of things have come to mind as we are on this? Because I'm going to do this again. I really enjoyed this. I will bundle up in Michigan because I enjoyed this so much.
Yeah, it was cool. I think this is like, to me, this is more, it's like having somebody show up at your front door and say, hey, it's time to walk.
Yeah.
You know, because if you didn't show up at my front door, I'd be like, well, I got these reports to do. I have to work on them. Yeah. So.
Well, I am glad too I showed up because I had already done my workout for today. And I love that you literally lace up those shoes. Maybe I didn't read the whole email, but I knew it was going to be kind of a little workout. And I'm glad that I slipped on my shoes and came out with you. I love the camaraderie, the accountability, here now I'm getting a little bit extra. I do hope we continue it, because I that's the one exercise I did do during COVID is walk, because the gym's all closed and I couldn't go and do my fitness classes that I like. But I walked and I want to continue doing it. And, you know, Morgan, I told you about my legs and, you know, the blockage I have. I didn't feel it at all in Florida.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that.
It's been great. But when I get home, that might be another thing, but we'll see. You know, maybe I've worked through it. Or, you know, one thing they did say is work it out, do more strength training. And I want to do that kind of thing more of.
And the great point that you just said is when you get home, you don't know if it will stay the same. As long as you keep up these routines and these habits that you have built consistently over the course of the last 8 weeks, technically, since we started for the Commit to Your Health program, as long as we stay consistent with them, we should never let the weather determine what we are doing and our ability to do something. And that is when we maybe do have that treadmill or that bike or the elliptical that's been the drying rack for 3 years that we're like, okay, I can't make it an excuse. Like the number of people that have been like, oh yeah, that's stacked up and there's boxes around it. I'm like, move those boxes, get them out of there. I don't care what you do, get them out of there.
Yeah. Well, I have this question too, because I don't know how many people are in our little accountability circle or, but I don't know about you, Karen, but I wouldn't mind having your number and just kind of texting each other. Like I'll be sure to text you the crocodile or the alligator I just saw, but anything else, because it just will help motivate me more knowing, hey, you're over there, you're on the East Coast doing this and I'm over here doing that. And,
and I'm struggling.
That's what
today.
it's all about.
I don't want to get my steps in, or I don't want to drink my water or whatever. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So if that's not a breach of confidentiality, I would love to have.
I love it. Yeah.
I love that
I'm good with
you
that.
came up with the idea. So Karen, as long as you're comfortable, and Millie, as long as you're comfortable, I will create a group message with both you guys in it. And then anyone else who is watching this, who is part of my accountability membership, if you want to learn more about it, let us know. Millie and Karen are both part of it. And you want to be part of this little group that we are creating here to help each other stay on track this year and to really break up those old habits that do us no good that we've been fighting with for the last couple of years, then drop accountability in the comments and I will get you hooked up with that. And I will make sure to add you guys in a group message and you guys can introduce yourselves.
Perfect.
Yep. I love the name of this group too. And this community we're in, there's all these banners, like as you're driving down to riding my bike down this main road called National Boulevard. And there's one of the flags that says health and wellness community. And that's what I feel like in this group we have. we're all about that, health and wealth. Not wealth, health and what was the word? I just lost it. But I guess you have wealth when you have your health.
There's a house. Come on, let's go. Yep.
So
Any last comments or anything you guys want to share before we sign off here?
No, it's been great.
yeah, thank you.
You guys are so welcome. I appreciate you guys coming, and we will definitely do this again. I'm going to play around with our schedule and see. This may be a once a month type of thing, because I do alternate between our mental fitness and our physical and our movement workshops. We may do 2 mental fitness a month, 1 normal movement workshop like we've been doing, and then 1 of these a month to kind of get some of that variety in there. And if you guys have any other suggestions, always drop them in the comments. This call was not live on Facebook, but it will be reposted in the group later today. So if you guys want to go back through and just turn this on and listen while you walk, let me know. And if you like podcasts, drop podcasts, because I have a fun little, I have something cool that I want to share with you guys if you are interested. It's completely free, just a little link that I have that you can listen to our trainings as a podcast later on. So that is something you are interested in, let me know that as well. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday, and I will see you back in Michigan on next Thursday at noon.
Sounds great.
Okay. All right.
All right. See you,
Have-
ladies.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you. Bye. Enjoy.
Bye.